What's good, YouTube? It's your boy SinWithVengance, the mayor of Jam City, and I'm bringing you guys a weekly thing from now on. Every Wednesday night before the Thursday night game, we are going to do NFL predictions, and I'm here with my boy Babe Gaming. Please introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys? Cody with Babe Gaming, aka Ladies Love Me, and we are bringing you guys this brand new series. Hope you guys are excited.
Oh, we are definitely excited, especially for this NFL season. I know there's a lot of big changes in a lot of teams. So we're going to get to it and giving our weekly predictions up to the Super Bowl, as long as we can get this series going.
That's right.
All right. So what am I excited for this season? So I know my team, the Buccaneers, just made a big acquisition in getting Darrelle Revis and signing him to 6 years, $96 million, with none of it guaranteed. That's a big move.
That's huge.
It is, and he's going to earn every single dollar. That's the best part about it. He's got to earn every single cent.
He needs to stay healthy.
Exactly, and I think he, I know your team, the Packers, made some pretty ballsy moves this offseason too. I know they just cut Vince Young, which was kind of stupid, but
yeah, that pissed Green Bay off. But it's all good. I'm excited to see Eddie Lacy, see what he does.
Oh, definitely.
We need that run game. I think our defense is stepping up. We just need to stay healthy. That's always been an issue.
Right.
Every year.
It always Green Bay hasn't. Green Bay's always had a horrible running game ever since Ryan Grant left, or he hasn't been. True. He hasn't. Well, he has never really been healthy.
Ever since Ryan Green left, shit. Ryan Grant wasn't even that great.
Well, he was good for 2 seasons, a couple of years.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he was great all that time. But we're going to get to our predictions, and we're going to start with a Thursday night game. Baltimore at Denver. Who do you got?
Take that one. We'll just flip off. You can pick first this one. I'll pick first the next one.
All right. I'm going to take Denver, and only because I don't really trust Baltimore's defense. They're not really, well put together. Denver, more well put together. I know they just got Wes Welker. That's a big acquisition, and they're going to make a lot of use out of that. So,
That's right.
I picked Denver.
I'm gonna take Denver as well. I feel like the Ravens, right after they won the Super Bowl, they went and threw away all their key players that just helped them win the Super Bowl, which I don't think was really smart on their part. A lot of their defense, their defense is still gonna be beast. It always will be beast. But Joe Flacco's looking nice. I don't know. I might have to go with Denver. I think that they're gonna be able to take it all even this year. So I'm gonna pick them taking the win in the first game, and I have like 4 people off from Denver for my fantasy football. So
yeah, you could use a couple of those points.
Yeah, exactly. So
next game we have New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills.
New England's always been a powerhouse, but missing their 2 tight ends for their 2 tight end offense, missing another wide receiver. They got
Danny Amendola.
Yeah, they got that guy from the Rams, and he's hurt. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna pick the Buffalo Bills for the first week.
Ooh. They got one thing about this is that Buffalo's starting a undrafted rookie quarterback, Jeff Toole, from Washington State, who went 4-22 in college.
This is my sleeper pick of the week, right here. Buffalo Bills over the New England.
All right, man. I'm taking the Pats because it just seems like, without E.J. Manuel, or it's a questionable E.J. Manuel, and more than likely it's going to be an unrookie drafted quarterback. I gotta take Buffalo. He's undrafted and he's a rookie, and you're facing Tom Brady in Week 1. It's already bad enough.
Yeah. Wait, you're taking who?
New England.
New England. Okay.
Yeah. Next game we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Chicago Bears.
Ooh, da Bears. Let's do. Go ahead.
I'm gonna pick the Bengals because they just have a more complete team, and with that new offense and the new head coach they got in Chicago, I'm not quite sure I'm sold on the Bears. So, and the Cincinnati Bengals have a more stable team. I think they got what it takes to go deep this year.
Right. I'm going to go with the Bengals as well. I think the Bears are kind of in the same situation as the Ravens. They lost some key players, especially on defense. Brian Urlacher.
He's gone.
It's gone, yeah. They lost quite a bit. The quarterback is just ass. I'm sorry. that's not why I'm picking this. I believe Cincinnati's also a more complete team, and I think that they can even take their division over the Browns, over the Steelers, over the Ravens this year. So I'm excited to see what AJ Green does, and they're looking nice. So I'm gonna go with Cincinnati.
Yeah. All right. Next game is Seattle Seahawks at the Carolina Panthers.
I'm gonna have to go with Seattle Seahawks. They're another one of those more complete teams, especially now that they're learning how to collab together, work together. Russell Wilson, I mean, man, this dude was a beast his freshman year. I'm excited to see what he does this year. And Carolina's all right. I like their defense. I think Cam Newton is kind of selfish to be a quarterback and for a leader. He's got the right size, but I believe he doesn't have the right drive to win. So I'm going to go with Seattle. Their defense is so beast, and I mean, their offense is just as beast as well. Marshawn Lynch is a beast. I mean, they have all the aspects to win, so Seattle Seahawks.
I'm going to go to the Seahawks as well. Seahawks they have the drive, they have the motivation, they have the team. I mean, every move that San Francisco made, Seattle like rebuttal with the next big guy. So, and Seattle's what they want to win now. That's their whole thing. They want to win now, and they're doing all the necessary tools to get that win, that ring. So they have the better team than Carolina. Cam Newton's not a winner. He's good. He's a good quarterback, but that's all he'll ever be. He's like the next Tony Romo. He'll never win. He'll never win in that sense.
Yeah.
So Carolina's going 0-1 this week.
Yes.
Next game is the Miami Dolphins at the Cleveland Browns.
Go ahead.
I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins. They are not much improved, but they did make some pretty good moves this offseason. I don't think the Dolphins – well, here's my sleeper pick for the season. I think the Dolphins could make the playoffs.
Oof.
But it's a stretch.
Here's a stretch prediction for you guys.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins just might sneak into the playoffs.
It's possible.
Brian Tannehill is going to be a much improved quarterback now that he has receivers like Mike Wallace.
Mike Wallace is beast.
The only problem I have concern for the Dolphins is their running game.
Yeah, they just lost Reggie Bush.
Yeah, he went to Detroit. And the Browns, they're improving, but I don't see it yet. It's just the Browns. They're just going to lose week 1, so I'm going to pick the Dolphins.
Alrighty. The Dolphins. I'm going to have to go with the Dolphins as well. I mean, the Browns, they just don't have it. They don't have the pieces. They're coming off a really crappy year, a really crappy couple of years. And they're just looking for something. They're in the rebuilding mode right now, and I don't believe it's their time to go out and make a 8-8 season or even go 500. So I'm gonna have to go with
Miami.
Who's playing?
Miami and Cleveland.
We're gonna have to go with Miami.
All right, next game: Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions.
Ooh.
That's a good game.
I'm going to have to go with the Detroit Lions. Minnesota coming into Detroit, into that dome. It's going to be awesome. The good thing is Minnesota and Detroit both play in domes. So Minnesota's used to playing in the dome, which is good for them. But, one, I feel like Adrian Peterson isn't going to be what he was last year. Everyone thinks he's going to shatter the record. He's going to be even better than he was before. I love that he thinks that, and he needs to think that in order for that to be a chance. But everyone's going to be coming for him. They know that he runs the ball. What also helps out Minnesota is Greg Jennings coming through, which he's looking nice over in Minnesota. And it's nice for him to come through because now they don't always have to run it. They don't have to run it 2 out of 3 times every possession or every, first, second, and third down. So
well, that all depends on the quarterback play of Christian Ponder too.
That's true, but Christian Ponder's not bad.
He's not bad, but he's not that quarterback.
I'm still gonna have to go with Detroit. Their defense is beast. Matthew Stafford's healthy, which is a shocker. I mean, this is only gonna last like half the season. He always gets hurt. And of course, Megatron. I mean, I just love watching him play. So
oh, definitely.
Calvin's a beast. They have Reggie Bush now, with a run game. The fans gonna be crazy. Detroit's gonna be hyped. I'm gonna have to go with the Detroit Lions.
I'm gonna go against you here. I'm gonna pick the Vikings. Not just I live in Minnesota, but I'm far from being a Vikings fan. Let me get that out of the way. I'm picking the Vikings simply because they made the necessary tools to get better. I don't know if it's gonna be Christian Ponder's year, but he's gonna have a lot of stress off of his back because of Greg Jennings, because of Kyle Rudolph, because of who's that other one? Cord Patterson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty good receiver. Their defense is a little bit improved, but not too much. And I like the Lions. This is gonna be a close game. I think the Lions might just, I know I could go either way on this one, but I'm picking the Vikings in the slimmest of margins.
True.
So, next game is the Oakland Raiders at the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay, good.
All right, I am picking the Colts simply because the Raiders suck. That's it. I'm done. Raiders are fucking trash.
Comes out. Raiders suck.
Raiders suck.
All right. That's all you have to say.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I mean,
Okay,
how
leave
far?
it at that.
Let's leave it.
At that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Colts as well. I'm not just gonna say because Oakland sucks.
Hey, if they win week 1, I'm gonna look like an asshole.
They just got a quarterback though. So.
No, but who? The Raiders?
Yeah.
Terrell Pryor.
Oh, do they have Terrell Pryor? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
He went 3 for 8 and threw like 2 picks in that last preseason game.
I thought they had Carson Palmer, but I forgot.
No, he's gone.
Yeah. You need your backup is like 300-pound Jamarcus Russell. Like.
No, it's Matt Flynn.
Oh, that's who they got. I knew they got somebody. They need to put Matt Flynn in. Matt Flynn's way better than Terrell Pryor.
I think Matt Flynn's not playing because he's got an injury.
Well, this is Oakland's problem. They don't have priorities.
Right.
They're just throwing people where they can throw people. I'm not gonna pick them. I'm gonna pick the Colts. Andrew Luck looked really nice his rookie year. He threw for 55 times a game, which is crazy.
That's a lot.
Hopefully they can make things happen. They got some really nice wideouts. So I think the Colts will take this one.
Okay.
I don't really have much to say on this one.
Yeah, there's really not much to be said on this one. This might be the biggest blowout of the week.
Yeah. So.
All right, next game. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right.
2 of the worst teams last year.
Yeah, but Kansas City picked up some nice.
They hired Andy Reid and they got Alex Smith.
Yeah, exactly. Alex Smith.
And Jamal Charles is healthy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Kansas City Chiefs. Jacksonville still need some work, but keep in mind, guys, this is first week, so I mean we don't even know how people are playing right now other than preseason. So we're gonna have a lot better idea after this. But I'm gonna go with Kansas City.
I'm gonna go Kansas City as well, simply because Andy Reid's a great coach. You can agree with me on that one. He's one of the greatest coaches in the NFL. And Jacksonville, whoever they have as a quarterback, whether that's Chad Henne or Blaine Gabbert, it always seems like it's a disaster.
Right.
And if Cooper's watching this, then he will understand why we just said that. They haven't had the greatest history. Ever since Mark Brunell left and Jimmy Smith and Keenan McCardell, Fred Taylor, that team has been fucking trash.
Yeah. Sorry, Cooper.
Yeah. I'm not sorry.
I like Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yeah, I'm not sorry for that his team sucks.
That's like the Vikings. Jaguars handed off so much because.
Well, Maurice Jones-Drew last year. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars will be much improved, but it's not going to be because of the quarterbacks, obviously. Maurice Jones-Drew is healthy again. He's going to get the ball 20, 25 times a game, and he's going to get touchdowns. That's what he does.
Right.
All right, next game. Atlanta Falcons at New Orleans Saints.
Let's you go.
I am going to take... Oh, God, this is tough. You know what? I'll go first in the next one. You can go take this one. I'll think about it.
You got this one. You're in line.
I don't know, man.
You're on the spot.
I don't know. This is like the question. Pop that question,
Yeah,
This is the game.
pick of the week.
This is that one game out of the week that's like not Sunday night or Monday night, that's gonna be the game to watch. And I'm gonna take the Saints. I hate the Saints, but they're gonna win it. And Drew Brees and Sean Payton. You know, Sean Payton's back, but their defense in New Orleans is still garbage.
Cheating ass defense.
Yeah, their cheating ass defense. They're not.
Interception, have $500.
Yeah, take Brett Favre out of the NFC Championship, get 1,000.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take the Saints.
Over the Falcons.
Just by a field goal, because those games are always close.
True.
Yeah. So.
That's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. Matt Ryan against Drew Brees.
It's
Drew
always
Brees breaking the record
it's
last
always
night.
a good duel. You'll never get disappointed.
Yeah, but Atlanta got rid of their running back too.
But they got Steven Jackson.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Damn, I'm messing up. That's right. They got Steven Jackson. I'm gonna go with Atlanta.
All right.
Go against you.
Yeah.
I think that they just take it because they're at home. And they're hyped to be at home.
Well, it's at New Orleans. You picked the Falcons.
Oh, it's at New Orleans?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still going with the Falcons.
Okay, yeah.
Shit. Maybe I don't want
See, this is a tough one. You're on the spot.
I'm gonna go against you to add some excitement to this.
All right.
And I'm just gonna go with Atlanta.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I feel like Atlanta has better wideouts, and I like Atlanta's defense.
But Drew Brees makes all those receivers look good. You gotta admit that.
Yeah.
He makes nobodies into somebodies.
If Atlanta's defense steps up, Atlanta can take it. But if they don't shut down Drew Brees at least once to a 3-and-out or some kind of turnover, he's gonna score every drive.
I totally agree with you. The first team that goes with a 3-and-out forces more turnovers than the other is gonna. Whoever forces the more turnovers is gonna win that game.
It's gonna be a defensive game, and I like Atlanta's defense.
All right, the next game is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New York Jets.
All right. Tampa Bay. Is this even a serious question?
I'm saying this, I'm asking myself the same thing. I mean, I'm maybe being a little biased here, but look at the Jets.
I mean, I know there's a lot of Jets fans, and that's cool, but when your head coach is out here screaming at reporters on the air on ESPN, saying that
Turning
he
his
can do
back.
whatever the fuck he wants because he's the head coach and he'll make his own decisions, and he's turning his back to reporters, that's just an ass move. I mean, you're just being an ass. The fact that a rookie quarterback might be starting over your quarterback that's been there for a while is already problems by itself. Not to mention you just got rid of your team leader and number one defender.
To the team he's playing against.
And it's not even like the other teams that are ass where they have a star running back. You don't even have a run game. You fumble it when you bump in your own offensive lineman, and
They're a laughing stock. Yeah,
I can't pick the Jets. Maybe down the line this season, if I see some wins, we can pick you then. But as of right now, there's no way.
Oh, hell no.
So
Hell no.
I'm not gonna go with the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So.
And not to mention the fact that Tampa Bay has made some big moves to improve their team. Look at what they got this offseason. They got Deshaun Golston from San Francisco. They got Darrelle Revis from that trade, who he's going to face the Jets week 1. They got
Darrelle Revis is going to have
Mark Barron, that's the second-year safety out of Alabama. He's an animal. Levante David from Nebraska, second-year player. He got 100-plus tackles last year. That defense is well improved. Number 1 rush defense last year, but they also had the last-ranked pass defense in the league. So I think they really made improvements to improve their defense. The only question I have about this year's Tampa Bay team is Josh Freeman. He made some mistakes down the stretch, but I don't think he's going to do it against the Jets. I'm taking Tampa Bay in a blowout, obviously. I'm talking like 41-3. Geno Smith is going to throw like 4 picks.
Their defense will make stops. There's no doubt about that. The Jets have a terrible offense, and they have a great defense. It's whether Josh Freeman can lead his offense and score.
Doug Martin can lead.
Doug Martin's a beast, so I think they'll be fine. I think definitely Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and then you got Vincent Jackson, you got Mike Williams, you got Luke Stalker, you got all these weapons here. You got Kyle Ogletree, who came from Dallas. That he's got all these weapons, and if he doesn't utilize them this year, I'm thinking Tampa Bay is going to let him go.
Yeah, true.
If they don't, I think Tampa Bay. I think this year is Tampa Bay playoffs or bust.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to the other game here. Tennessee Titans at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Take it away.
I'm going to take Pittsburgh because Tennessee's defense was ranked last, and they didn't do anything to improve that defense. And Pittsburgh, they're kind of be average, but they're still better than Tennessee. And plus it's at Heinz Field, so I'm going to take Pittsburgh in a good win. I would say by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. I like Pittsburgh. Heinz Field is crazy. And I have family members who are Pittsburgh, so I've grown up watching Pittsburgh. I'm a Packer fan, but I've grown up watching Pittsburgh, and they definitely make it happen. They're above average, I believe. I think they're going to they have a chance to take second place. I think they're looking at second or third, not first in their division. But they're still above average, and they have a lot of offense and defensive weapons.
Oh, definitely.
It's always injuries that affects them, but they have a lot of weapons, a lot more than Tennessee. So I'm going to take Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they're pretty loaded on the offensive side.
Definitely. I mean, losing Mike Wallace wasn't good, but
they're not loaded, but they're loaded for a team that has a pretty good quarterback. Ben Roethlisberger is always good.
Right.
He always makes his receivers look good. Heath Miller's still a beast. Next game, and this might be the game of the week after Atlanta and New Orleans. Green Bay Packers at San Francisco 49ers. Rematch of the NFC divisional round last year.
Yeah, not to mention they played them first week as well last year. So
yeah, and I think Green didn't.
Times.
Yeah, that first game though last year was kind of some BS. I was like, Packers aren't getting any.
That's back when the replacement refs were around, and
there were some bad calls in that game too.
Yeah, I'm not going to blame the loss on that. 'Cause, I mean, we still could have came out and did a couple things differently.
The only thing that you should blame the replacement refs on is that one Seattle game.
Yeah, well, as a Packer fan, I'm happy for that Seattle game because that's what got the stupid replacement refs out of there. So
Right.
Yeah, we took a loss for it. We still made playoffs. We still did pretty good, but so it didn't affect us too much. But
All right.
it's all good. Okay, so
Your turn. Packers Niners.
I mean, I don't want to be that guy who picks his favorite team every week.
Ron Jaworski does it. He picks his Eagles every single week.
Yeah, but I mean, San Fran. I think they have a huge ego. I think they're even more confident now than ever, and I think that might affect them in their first week. And if there's a team that has a chance to beat the 49ers, it's the Packers. Both games were close.
Not so much the second game.
Both games were in San Fran, too, and this is in San Fran. How the hell does that work?
I thought the first week last year was in Green Bay.
No, was it?
I think it was.
I'm a terrible Packer fan. I can't remember. That was a while ago. I'm going to go with the Packers. I have to pick my Packers the first week, no doubt. I can't be doubting now.
Yeah, you can't doubt your team the first week.
Get on the run game, which is going to be hard. We just had a lineman go down, a key lineman. So it's going to be hard. I mean, they have a beast defensive line. I mean, beast defensive line.
Yeah.
Beast defense.
That's healthy too.
Our defense needs to make stops. Otherwise, we're done. But the way Aaron Rodgers is looking in our wideouts is nice. It's all up to our defense.
Right.
So,
And
I'd say it's probably 60-40, 60% 49ers, 40% Packers. But hey, I'm gonna go with the Packers.
I am going to go with, oh God, This I'm gonna go with the 49ers just for this once. I'm not. It's nothing against the 49ers. They're an excellent football team, but I think they just have what it takes to just beat the Packers.
Yeah.
Just this time.
Probably.
And Colin Kaepernick's a beast. He's got Anquan Bolden. I know the 49ers just lost Deshaun Goldston to Tampa Bay, but they're still going to do things on defense. They still got Smith. They still got Willis, and I don't see them going anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick the Niners. Next game is this Arizona Cardinals at the St. Louis Rams. And I'm going to take the Rams. Cardinals, not really anything special. I don't see them doing anything this year. Quarterback situation is all fucked up there. And not to mention, well, the only player that they really have on that team is Larry Fitzgerald. As far as the Rams go, they're nothing special either. This is kind of like one of those games that nobody's going to watch, but we're still going to pick it because it's on the list.
Yeah.
So, and Sam Bradford, pretty good quarterback. Rams defense, pretty good. I'm not going to say they're terrible, but they're pretty good. Rams just have the better team, and plus they're at home.
Yeah. Sounds good. I'm going to take Arizona.
Ooh.
I think the addition of Carson Palmer, with the Carson Palmer to Larry Fitzgerald combo is nice. I love Patrick Peterson. I think seeing the Honey Badger play is going to be real fun. I hope he gets in there, and I hope we get to see him in the first week regular season, because
he might be doing some returns.
He is an idiot when it comes to life, but that boy can play some football. So I'm excited to see him. They have Mendenhall for running back in Arizona from the Steelers. I think they have more pieces than the Rams. I think they're going to go into St. Louis and take it from St. Louis. So
wow, interesting pick, sir. Then we got the Sunday night game, the New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm going to take the Giants. I'm actually excited for this game. I'm definitely going to be watching that on Monday night and
Sunday night.
Sunday night, I meant. And I'm going to take the Giants. Their offense is there. I've never really been an Eli Manning fan, but he's growing as a quarterback. He's definitely growing up. The running back situation is not the greatest, but their wideouts are beasts.
David Wilson's their running back. He's decent.
Oh yeah, that's right. They do have David Wilson. And their defense is amazing. I mean, I'm a huge JPP fan, and I mean their defense as a whole is beastly. So we'll take the Giants.
I'm gonna take the Giants as well. And when I was watching, before I left for mass media class this morning, I was watching First Take, which was probably the best thing I could have done, because Skip Bayless they were talking about the secret formula that the Cowboys found in Tony Romo's throwing motion. And Skip Bayless was off the fucking wall saying it's like the great messiah and some shit. I'm like, oh my God, stop it. Skip Bayless, you need to get off First Take because, it gets ratings, but that's about it with him.
Yeah.
He sounds like an idiot, and he needs to just stop.
Yeah.
Because Tony Romo is going to be the same old Tony Romo, and Eli Manning is just going to pound the living crap out of him.
Yeah.
And
we see some change in Tony. It's going to be a little while.
The Dallas Cowboys, don't get me wrong, they got talent, but they
got mad talent.
They got no discipline though. No motive, no drive, and I just don't see it in Dallas until Tony Romo decides to pull his head out of his ass. The Dallas Cowboys are just going to be that team. That's just going to be loads of talent, but nothing to show for it.
Right.
And I'm taking the Giants.
Sounds good.
And the Monday night game, the first Monday night game, is the Philadelphia Eagles with Chip Kelly's new offense versus the Washington Redskins with RG3's return. I am going to take the Washington Redskins because RG3 is coming back and he is going to dominate. He's going to return like he's going to be the next big thing at quarterback. I'm saying this right now. RG3 is going to be better than ever. And I'm not saying that because of what kind of performance he had last year. It's just going to be one of those things where it's just like, I know he has that competitiveness in him. He wants to win. He wants to win now, and there's nothing going to get in his way to stop him. He's eventually going to win a Super Bowl. I see it in his future. He's going to win. And he wants to do it now. He wants to win. And I think he has more motive than anybody on that Philadelphia Eagles team combined.
Right.
And,
the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be an exciting team to watch with Chip Kelly's offense, with Michael Vick and LaShawn McCoy.
Oh, definitely.
Either one of those running are both beast runners. But Washington's nice. They have great running back.
Alfred Morris is a boss.
They have some pretty good wideouts. Pierre Garçon is going to be a sleeper wideout.
In fantasy, especially.
Yeah, I picked him up, so I'm pretty excited for him. And Washington's defense is pretty nice as well. I'm gonna pick Washington. It's in Washington.
Yes, sir.
Right? Yeah, I'm gonna pick Washington. I'm excited to pick Philadelphia in the future and watch them and see what they do. This game's gonna be a game to watch. Two great rushing read option quarterbacks, two beast running backs running in that read option. It's going to be a lot of fun on Monday night. You're not going to want to miss it. But
yeah.
I'm going Washington.
Let's just hope that both RG3 and Michael Vick can just be smart with the football if they're going to run with it.
Right.
And the next and final game, the second Monday night game of the week, is the Houston Texans at the San Diego Superchargers.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Texans.
Yeah, there's nothing really special.
The Chargers are another one of those teams that I think are above average. And they have a chance. They're just missing some piece that they need to find. Whatever it is. Phillip Rivers has always done his thing, has always been a pretty good quarterback. Doesn't really have the wideouts.
Vincent Jackson, ever since he left, that was last year.
Yeah, they have Antonio Gates. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
They have an alright defense, but Houston Arian Foster is going to be better than ever. He's great. He's excited for a huge season. And their offense is definitely above average. Their defense is great. J.J. Watt is the boss. Houston's just more complete. So I'm going to go with Houston Texans.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. J.J. Watt, beast. Arian Foster, beast. Andre Johnson, beast. Matt Schaub, he's all right, but he's above average, but I wouldn't say he's great. But Houston Texans have the more complete team. I don't see them losing to the Chargers unless they, fuck up. That's about it. So I'm going to take the Texans, and pretty handily, especially since the Chargers really don't have anything. Nothing special outside of Phillip Rivers and Antonio Gates. But those are our picks for this week. Expect one every Wednesday before the Thursday night game from every week until the Super Bowl. And maybe every Saturday morning we can do a live stream before college football starts or before I head off to the Mavericks football games.
Yeah, definitely.
I know you guys are excited for this year's NFL season. And while we have it, since we're on the air, why don't we give our quick Super Bowl prediction? I'll go first. I'm gonna go Packers versus Broncos.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, we could go with the same one. It's not like we can't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Packers Broncos, and I'm gonna pick the Broncos to win the Super Bowl this year. They have nothing to stop. Well, except for Von Miller, but when he comes back, he's gonna be a beast.
Right. I'm gonna go Broncos in the AFC.
That's an obvious pick, though.
Yeah.
I think everybody who's doing NFL predictions would pick the Broncos.
Right. In the NFC, damn. I'll mix it up. I'm not going to pick the Pack. I'll say the 49ers.
All right. Well, those are two Super Bowl rematches right there. I mean, they've faced each other in the Super Bowl before.
So,
But those are our predictions for this week. Stay tuned for next week when we pick week 2's predictions. And until next time, my name is Sin, and
it's Cody with Babe Gaming, guys. We'll holler at you guys later. It'll be on both of our channels, so check it out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and definitely comment down in the comment section below what your guys' picks are.
until next time, we're out.
Peace.
Peace.